Today is Wednesday, November 5th, 2025. As usual, we'll give it a few minutes for people to join, and then we'll start. All right, we have one person join. And good evening, Ted. Thanks for joining. And John, welcome to you too. And James, welcome to you as well. My brother's out there in New Jersey. My sympathy goes out to you guys. It was very, very disturbing. What little gun rights they have in the state of New Jersey are going to become even smaller. All right, like I said, I try to see people that join the chat. The comments scroll by very quickly, so I don't always get a chance to catch them in time. So if I don't give you a shout out or acknowledge your question, be patient. I'll get to it. All right. So we're back. I did a live stream last Sunday, and we normally do the live streams every Wednesday evening at 8 o'clock Eastern Time, as well as Saturday at 12 noon Eastern Time. However, a week ago, I did a review on a barrel, and it was no different than any other review. I stated where I got it and how much it cost, and YouTube didn't like it. They said that I was promoting the sale of restricted items, so they banned me for a week. So I was not able to stream or post or answer questions until Sunday. So that's why I did the stream on Sunday, because I still wasn't out of YouTube jail yet. Now, problem that puts me in is that even though they took the 1 week suspension away, I still have a strike on my channel for 90 days. And, if I get another strike within 90 days, then they ban me for 2 weeks. And if I get another one within 90 days, they take the channel down. So I now have to be extremely careful about what products I review. I'm almost better off just doing live streams, to be honest with you, because I get more subscribers just from the live streams, and I have almost 800 videos. So every time I get a new subscriber on the stream and they watch my videos, I think the live streams generate me just as much revenue. So, and what's up, Mike? So it's no secret that YouTube just doesn't like gun channels. Matter of fact, they they removed 2 videos I did a year ago saying that I violated community guidelines. And um, I don't understand what their process is. Um, we're talking about my temporary ban, Matt. Um, I get a lot of viewers on my live stream. I usually wind up getting 3,000 people on every stream. So 9mm Beretta, if you're talking about the 92, it's a great gun. And Mike, I love 1911s, hence Pro Gun 45. So the point I'm making is that, we really have no alternative. We use YouTube to generate revenue so that I can review more firearms, and my revenue is based on number of watch hours. If people like and share and comment on videos, they get pushed out to more people, and I generate more revenue. Now, lately, when I post a video, YouTube doesn't always monetize them now. And it's really bizarre because you can have you can request a manual review, and once in a while they'll change their mind, and sometimes they won't. Now, I tried to appeal the strike. I asked what I did wrong. I didn't think I did anything wrong. It was no different than any other review I've done. And within about 30 seconds, I got an email saying denied. And Emlyn, good for you joining the Marines. Yeah, 7.63 is a potent round. While you're crying, I think you need to go back to your mother's basement. I love the 1911. I carry one. Um, enough said. It's reliable. It won 2 world wars. There's a lot to like about it. They are heavy. They are like a boat anchor, but I just happen to like them. I'm getting older, so the heavier 1911s after 3-4 days in a row start bothering my hip. However, I did buy the Ruger aluminum frame 1911, and let me tell you what a huge difference that is carrying. And I see we got a lot of new people here today on the stream, and I appreciate that. And if you would subscribe to our channel, we'd greatly appreciate that. I want to thank everyone that is here that has subscribed. You helped push us over 7,000 subscribers this week, and we're working towards 10,000 now. Once we get to 10,000 subscribers, we should be generating a little bit more revenue so that we can purchase more firearms and products for you to review. I did release a video a few days ago from Silent Valor, and you may want to take a look at that. They contacted me and asked me if I would review their ballistic backpack. And I got to tell you, this thing is just incredible. This backpack will stop a .44 Magnum as well as an AR-15. And at the end of the video, I've included the test firing, and they put it on a dummy. And there was not a mark on the dummy. Now, yeah, they're a little steep in price, but, what's your life worth? Depending on the plates you can get, they go between, I guess, $4.99 and $7.99. But I mean, considering that bag can save your life, I was a little shocked, I guess, when I went to Gun Owners of America convention in Knoxville over the summer. And they had, I don't know, 6 or 7 vendors selling body armor. I didn't even know that was a thing for civilians. But anyway, you may want to check this one out. It's from Silent Valor. I just released the review. Another good news is it's long overdue. Mantis has promised to release the Mantis Titan. It was supposed to get released in April, and they ran into some legal snags. But now I was just contacted by Mantis yesterday, and they're still good to release it on November 12th. I already did the review, but they made me promise I wouldn't make it public until November 12th. So it's private right now. And on November 12th, I will make it public. But this is a product, if you dry fire train, this will change the way you train forever. It's fantastic. New Jersey, the courts were supposed to hear about restrictions on where people can and can't carry and about assault weapons. But after yesterday's election, they got rid of a bad governor for a worse governor. And I really feel bad for you guys in New Jersey because one of the reasons we left was because they took our gun rights away. And now you don't have many rights to begin with, and they're going to start taking them away. So I don't really have much gun news, so we'll do like we always do. This live stream is for you guys, so if anybody wants to enter a topic to discuss or ask a question. Yeah, you know, Ted, the thing about that bag, they sent it to me with a level 4 plate. And the bag weighs about 13 pounds. And the problem with that is, I mean, they have to be for adults, right? I mean, you're not going to get a 50-pound kid and have them wear a 13-pound bag. Yeah, unfortunately, James, you know, the problem with the courts is they're all run by liberal judges. You're not going to see anything good coming out of these court cases in New Jersey. I mean, unless you get things done on a federal level, if you're going by statewide, and by the way, you know that these liberals are going to just ignore federal law and they're going to just tie it up in the courts for years, hoping that you just give up. I mean, I think right now would be a good time to get into the moving business if you live in New York or New Jersey. But anyway, I'm trying not to get too political. Again, welcome to the new people that just joined. We do this every Wednesday evening at 8 o'clock p.m. Eastern and every Saturday at 12 o'clock noon Eastern. Make sure you subscribe and turn on notifications so that you'll know when we're doing our stream. What sucked was being that they had me in timeout last week. I wasn't even allowed to post a comment, or I would have been able to post that, you know, the Wednesday and Saturday stream was postponed. So I decided last minute on Sunday to do one. And surprisingly, I had like almost 3,000 people on the stream. So good question, Steve. If you're talking about that picture here, yes, that is a puzzle. My wife and I got the jigsaw puzzle, put it together. We bought the frame and the glue kit, and I don't know. I think we have like 4 or 5 of them. It's pretty cool. You know, it's a lot of work to put one of those big puzzles together just to destroy it and put it back in the box. Yeah, it's a fun thing to do if we find a puzzle that's really cool looking or unique. Hey, Randall P., thanks, brother. All right. So, being that I really don't have any more gun news right now, this stream is for you guys. And as long as it's firearms related or Second Amendment related, even arguments are good as long as they're respectful. Yeah, the problem with that, Steve, is I always find the problem is finding a frame the right size. They're either too big or too small. Sometimes, you can buy the whole kit. And Monica, hello to you. Thanks for joining. Please subscribe if you haven't done so. I just got a gun to review over the weekend from a buddy of mine who's a gunsmith, and on Facebook he's called begunsmith.net, and he gave me a CZ AL1-LD, and man, that is sweet. I mean, if you think that the CZ Shadow is an awesome gun, they took that and stepped it up a notch. It's a competition gun. And it's a little steep, don't get me wrong, but I mean, the thing is just such a pleasure to shoot. I mean, thank God my boy Jamie gave it to me to review, because I there's no way I could afford that. Hey, Lulu, I guess you just came out of your mother's basement. And Joseph DeAngelis, hello to you. You know, what's funny is the channel grows. Every week, live stream gets more and more people. Now we average over 3,000 every live stream. And I'm actually flattered that all these liberals that live in their mother and father's basement have nothing better to do than to join my pro-gun stream. So thanks for that. I appreciate it. All right. So like I said, this stream is for you guys. This is where you can select the topic you guys want to discuss. Share your experiences, good or bad, about firearms or products. Ben, apparently, I don't know whether you subscribe to the channel or turned on notifications, but due to popular demand, people asked a few weeks ago if we could also do one midweek. So we do our stream every Wednesday evening at 8 o'clock p.m. Eastern, as well as Saturday at 12 noon Eastern. So in case you missed it, a lot of people wanted to have one midweek because they can't all make Saturday, they can't all make Wednesday. Yeah, that's a good question, John. I have not shot competition, and I'll tell you the reason for that. As a instructor, I teach defensive shooting, and honestly, I'm not really big on competition. I like to shoot for defensive scenarios where you don't have the time and the luxury. That's just me. And that's right, Joseph. Yeah, Adrian. I spoke to Adrian last week. He's a little upset also. It starts at 8 o'clock p.m. Eastern, Ben, on Wednesday evening. So, yeah, Adrian's a little disgusted too, because They took some of his videos and demonetized them, and it's hurting his revenue as well. Yeah, it's funny because when I was talking to Adrian on the phone, he did some of you may have seen it. He did a review. He did a video using a frozen turkey to do a ballistic test. And they demonetized his video, saying he was enticing violence and cruelty to animals. I mean, it was a damn frozen turkey. And I mean, he's a small guy just like I am, and we just try to survive here. I mean, I can't afford to buy new guns every week just to review them for you guys. I count on donations, revenue from super stickers, revenue from all the video watch hours. And that's what I use to purchase my guns. So if they keep demonetizing videos, eventually it's going to be almost impossible to generate any revenue doing this. And we have more people coming out of their parents' basement. This is awesome. I guess these liberals that are living in their parents' basement, it must get very musty down there. And you could be doing a lot of other things. So it's pretty cool that you came to watch our pro-gun live stream. So thank you all for that. Time check. It is 8:17. We will do this until 9:00 p.m. And Mike Jones, I see you made it out of your mommy's basement too. It's awesome. Again, I want to thank John because he gets a very busy workout putting all of these libtards that live in their mommy's basement. By the way, John, you should have that gun magnet soon. I sent it out Saturday, so. I have a hard time picking out my favorite. I guess that's the problem when there's so many of them. Amen, Joseph. I agree with you there, brother. Yes, John, I did get your email before the live stream, and I'm glad you did get it. I have some other stuff I'll be giving away eventually too. I try to just pass it on. I mean, I get sent so much stuff to review, but I can't use it all, so I'd rather pass it on to my subscribers and supporters. Yeah, it is a really powerful magnet, John. One thing I also want to warn you about is the double-sided stick tape is really, really powerful. So if you're going to put that thing in your car, be careful and make sure you want it to stay there permanently. I'm telling you, you won't be able to get it off. Ben, I got the gun magnets. They were sent to me to review. Also, if you had two of those magnets, you could use them to hold a rifle or a shotgun. Um, they're just pretty cool. Like I keep one under the coffee table. I mean, and pretty much between my wife and I, no matter what room in the house we're in, I mean, we got a firearm laying around somewhere, but they're not all in plain sight. Ted, um, I don't actually advertise the giveaways on the streams because I don't want to violate YouTube policies for that. Yeah, I did that too, John. In my one of my closets, I have two of them, and I have my Mossberg 500 shotgun. Ben Warner, how do you get a gun magnet? Go subscribe to my channel, search my reviews. I did a review on them. They're not that expensive. They're like 30, 40 bucks. They're extremely strong. I was given about 5 of them to review. I gave them all away now. I don't have any more left. So, Mr. Grell, James D. Don't forget when you subscribe to turn on your notifications. Even though we do these streams Wednesday evenings at 8 o'clock Eastern and Saturday at 12 noon Eastern, sometimes life gets in the way and I need to change the day. So I will post it. Hi, Liz. Thanks for joining. T-Bone, go back to your mommy and daddy's basement. All right. Well, I'm sure you guys are tired of hearing me ramble on now. So now is your turn. You can. Oh, okay, Liz. Which Glock did I tell you to buy? If you're talking about 9mm, I would get the Glock 19. That's just me. Almost every law enforcement agency uses the 19. It's been out for 30 years. Glock 40, not a fan, personally, Liz, but that's just me. You know what, Liz? I think we were talking about big boy guns. Yes, the Glock 20, if you want a 10mm, that's the way to go. Glock 20 is probably the best 10mm pistol money can buy. And if you want to buy a Glock, you better go out and do it now because after November 30th, you're not going to be able to get them anymore. Yes, Glock 20 10mm. I like the Glock 20 10mm so much. I went out and I bought the Glock 29, which is the little baby brother. It's only this big. Man, that's a lot of firepower. 6.5 Creedmoor is supposed to be a really nice round. I'm not really a rifle guy, but that is a great caliber. Not a fan of the Glock 23. I mean, I own a lot of Glocks, but I'm not a fan of all of them. There's only certain model Glocks that I would get. And if you're talking about 9mm, I'd go with the 19. I like the 19X. You want something smaller, you can go with the 43X. Oh, you will, Liz, you will love the Glock 20 10mm. And if you want a lot of power, That's the way to go. Yeah, the long slide is just really long, Brian. I mean, I actually I actually carry my Glock 20, and uh, it's a little bulky, but you can conceal it. Um, no, I'm not a fan of the Glock 28. Yeah, and I'm definitely not a fan of the 380 caliber. Personally, I mean, if you're gonna do it, just go get a 9. I agree with you, Joseph. We do need to stick together. I feel bad for the people that live in New Jersey because it looked like they were finally starting to make progress. And then this shit happened. And again, welcome to all of the liberals that are coming out of mommy and daddy's basement. You know what, Liz? The problem with Glock, and this is one of the reasons why they are discontinuing all their guns and coming out with a V series. They have so many pistols that look and feel almost the same. Um, like I said, the Glock 19 has been around for 30 years. Um, almost every law enforcement agency uses the Glock 19. There's a reason for that. That's why it's one of my favorites. And good for you, John. Um, hopefully, if you move to Tennessee, you'll move to East Tennessee and we can hook up, go shooting, go look at guns. I'm about 30 minutes outside of Knoxville. I'll be honest with you, Liz. Um, I think the Glock 19X is probably the best Glock they ever made. For a couple reasons. It's the only Glock that is not available in blued. It's only Coyote. But more importantly, what they did on that was ingenious. They took the Glock 17 full size frame and they put the Glock 19 compact slide on it. And it gives you a big frame to hold on to with a compact slide, gives you the best of both worlds, and it uses 19 round magazines. So, uh, you know what, Liz? I can make you a moderator. Hmm. All right. You are now a moderator, Liz, so you can also help put these liberals living in their mommy's basements. How do you become a moderator, Ben? You join the streams on a regular basis and uh, show that you're not a horse's ass and that you're active and um, ask to be a moderator, and then I will consider it. We have 3 now, so that's good. Yeah, you know what, Liz? Nobody's going to have Glocks in stock anymore. I got to tell you. And you're probably only going to be able to find used ones, maybe at like a pawn shop. Um, Brookside Farm. I do not hunt, not yet. when I retire, I probably will. I just don't right now. And X, you can go to your mommy's basement too. So, Liz, when you want to boot somebody, you just hit the three ellipses, and I usually say hide user on the channel. I don't give them a chance by putting them in timeout. If you're going to act like a horse's ass, I don't want you back. I do not have any suppressors, guns, and gaming. However, I did purchase a threaded barrel for my Ruger RXM, which is what got me banned for a week in the first place when I did a review on it. I'm going to probably retire in a year or two, and then I will do some serious hunting. And I've always wanted to hunt wild boar. So that's probably what I'll hunt. I have a Remington 308 bolt action, which I'll probably use. Yeah, there's a lot of wild boar here in Tennessee. That's up to you, Liz. The people that are moderators, you do what you want. For me personally, if somebody's a horse's ass, I don't want them back. I ban them permanently. But yep, we have a lot of coyotes here too. In the woods across the street from me, we got deer, turkey, coyotes, mountain lion, bobcats. No worries, John. You've been doing a great job. TSOG 33. Did you build that AR, or is it one that you purchased? Marlboro Stud, hello to Whitney. Yes, hi Brian Martin, welcome. Guns and Gaming, yes. What poll would you like me to add? Glock 20 SF. That's the one I have, Liz. It's the short frame, slim frame, whatever they want to call it. That's what I have. I have the SF, and even my Glock 29 is an SF. I'm writing it down. Guns and Gaming. So I will do a poll for that. Yeah, like I said, Liz, they're going to stop shipping Glocks November 30th. So it's going to get harder and harder to find them. I bought a Remington 308 bolt action a while back. I always wanted a bolt action. I always wanted a 308. So I got a 308 bolt action. And I got it with the intention of, one day when I retire and I go hunting, that's what I'll use. The 29 is an awesome gun, Liz. It's got a hell of a recoil. If you haven't done it, watch the review I did on it. I mean, man, that's a lot of power in a little gun, but it is manageable. It all comes down to people that are experienced. It's not going to hurt you, but it does take practice. And even though the 10 millimeter is my favorite cartridge, I'll be honest with you, um, I am much more accurate with a 9 millimeter, especially on follow up shots. I love the 10 millimeter, but you know, doing 2, 3, 4 shots in a row on a 10 millimeter, no way you're going to be as accurate. And I'm sorry, I'm trying to follow in the comments here. They do go by very quickly. Well, Brian, that's why I like having the 10 millimeter, because if you buy a Glock 20 or a Glock 29, you can also shoot 40 caliber out of it. So I agree with you, Liz. Um, this V series is very disturbing that they're going to take their flagship firearms, come out with a whole new line of guns that haven't been tested or proven, and give them to law enforcement. Um, but you know, if you have the time and the tools, any gun could be modified. I guarantee you that V series will be out a month, and somebody will have a switch for it. Um, I'm not sure they did this just for that. I mean, Glock made a statement that they wanted to reduce their portfolio, and I get it. I mean, Glock has got a lot of guns that are look and feel almost the same, and honestly, they have certain models that are competing with themselves. So, well, this will work one of two ways, Liz. I'm betting if you have original Glock Gen 3, 4, or 5, after December 2025, when the V series comes out, I'm betting you the original Glocks are going to be worth a boatload of money because you're not going to be able to get them. That is not my understanding, Brian. Because they're no longer going to be manufacturing after the 30th. And once they're gone, they're going to be gone. Law enforcement eventually is going to get the V series. But I still think that they're going to be worth a lot of money. People are going to want the originals. Yeah, I see that James, welcome. Yeah, I see that Ruger RXM is going to get chased now too. And rightfully so. If they're chasing Glock and Glock clones, it'll affect the Ruger RXM, and it'll also affect Shadow Systems, Palmetto State Dagger. But I think what's going to separate the Ruger RXM from getting chased by the gun Nazis is that on the Ruger RXM, the fire control module is replaceable, unlike the Glock. So it makes it a lot harder to design something like that. And I'm betting that that'll protect Ruger because they did make it modular like a lot of the other guns. BDDOM. That, what's more accurate is subjective, right? I have some guns that I really like that I shoot very well, and I have some guns I like that I don't shoot as well. And there's some guns that I don't shoot as well that my wife shoots better than I do with. It depends on what you train with regularly, but I'm thinking the FN57. And the reason is that the FN57 has got a flat trajectory. So long distance, it's not going to drop off like other calibers. But I could tell you right now, I'm thinking that Ruger and Palmetto State are going to have a really, really profitable Christmas because um, people aren't going to be able to buy Glocks. Um, and let me tell you, for the money, that Ruger RXM, in my opinion, is probably the best 9mm striker fire pistol you can buy, especially for $360. And being it's a Ruger, it's built like a tank. Um, I haven't seen many Rugers fail in my 60 something years. So, Desert Eagles are a little pricey. Um, Desert Eagle would probably be more reliable. Reliable doesn't mean accurate, though. The question was asked about more accurate. Yeah, well, I'm sure they already put a switch on a Ruger RXM. I mean, it's still based off of the Glock Gen 3 technology, with the exception that the trigger module comes out. And thank you for that, Brian. Yeah, I'm old. I've been around guns for over 50 years. My daddy taught me to shoot when I was about 10 years old. So um, I've been shooting guns for about 55 years or so. So yeah, I learned a few things over the years. Yeah, I am old, Liz, but you know what? I'm okay with it. And I love, passing down knowledge that I've learned. Um, no, I was not in Vietnam and I was not in the armed forces. Um, Thank you for that, Liz. But I will actually be 66 years old next Friday. I already made you a moderator, Liz. Amen, brother. Yes, this is iced tea. Um, I drink unsweetened iced tea. Um, I don't use sugar in my coffee, but I drink a lot of iced tea, and uh, I make my own. I buy the iced tea bags, and um, I probably go through 2 gallons of iced tea a week. I go through a lot of this. Um, I'm not a recovering alcoholic or anything, but um, I just don't drink. Very rarely. On a rare occasion, my wife and I have a drink together, maybe holidays, but normally when I drink, it is unsweetened iced tea. I hand load my ammo as well as I just reloaded 5,000 rounds of 10mm last weekend. Surprisingly, I did a review a few weeks ago. Um, I did not know that Hogden purchased RCBS. And RCBS contacted me a few weeks ago and they asked me if I would review their powder measure, which I agreed to do. So they sent it to me to review. And they also sent me 2 pounds of powder. So I have a reloading bench. Um, Maybe what I'll do is I'll post it in the comments, um, just so you can see what it looks like. But my reloading bench is 8 feet long by 4 feet wide. It's got wheels on it. I have my RCBS rock chucker. I think 165 grain 9 millimeter. Honestly, Liz, if you're using it for personal defense, I probably wouldn't go over 147 grain. I prefer the fast moving. I normally carry 125 grain or 115 grain. And again, this is awesome that we're getting all of these liberals that are coming out of their mommy and daddy's basements. It must be very musty in there. They've been hiding in there since the Biden administration. So, but even the liberals, thank you all for joining our channel. I'm very impressed that out of all the things you could be doing, you came out of your parents' basement just to watch my live stream. So. I don't reload 9 millimeter, Liz, because 9 millimeter is so cheap. I mean, down here in Tennessee, I can buy 9 millimeter 7 days a week here for $10 a box. $10 a box is just not worth my time to reload because I use a single stage press. It does take a long time, and by the time you buy the gunpowder and the bullets and the primers and your time, I only reload 10 millimeter, 357 Magnum, and 45 ACP. 9 millimeter is not worth reloading. And I do not reload rifle. That rifle's a pain in the ass. $7 is a good price for 9 millimeter. I mean, I can go to any store down here and buy them for $9.99, and there's no shipping. So at that price, it's really not worth it. And I did the math, and if you go out and you buy single stage press, your reloading dies, powder measure, scale, caliper, and then you have your consumables. You start with 1,000 primers, 1,000 bullets, 1,000 cases. You're going to spend almost $1,000. So I did the math. You have to reload about 1,000. I'm sorry, you have to reload about 5,000 rounds just to break even. Yeah, I don't even bother with 223. The local Rural King here always has 5.56 on sale. Nowhere near as cheap as it was before I moved here from New Jersey. I think I used to get 250 rounds of American Eagle in a little ammo can for like, $65. Yes, James, I did 5,000 10 millimeters on the RCBS rock chucker, and it took me a while. Make it worse, I don't use the die that comes with it for decapping. I use the universal decapping die, so I handle the breast an extra time. And then I use the factory crimp die, so I'm handling it another time. But when I have a weekend, like if my wife is away and I have the free time on my hands, I may spend the whole weekend or two just decapping the brass. Then I'll spend another couple weekends resizing it and then reloading it. So yeah, probably took me a month or two to reload 5,000 rounds, but I got 5,000 rounds. I also did 5,000 rounds at 357 Magnum and 10 millimeter. So I don't know what center fire special duty is. I normally use Hornady Critical Defense. And sometimes I'll use the Sig Punch. But I prefer Hornady. And we're glad to have you, Ben. If you haven't done so, subscribe to the channel. Turn on your notifications so that you know when we're doing the live streams. And Jabba 809, welcome, brother. Well, my feeling, Jabba 809, pre-pandemic, primers were almost as high as $200 a thousand. A couple of weeks ago, I went to my local Bass Pro, and I was able to get 1,000 primers for $49.99. And during the pandemic, I kind of hoarded. I probably have, 50,000 primers on the shelf. So my feeling is you don't build the ark after it starts raining. So I reloaded a lot of 10 millimeter because I shoot that a lot. Hence Pro Gun 45. I have probably 10 ammo cans of that and a bunch of 357 Magnum because I am still looking to get a lever action 357 Magnum rifle. I don't have any experience with Atlanta Arms Elite Defense, Liz. Dude, Ben, I got to take a picture of my workbench one day and post it. I got a lot of ammo. I mean, when the shit hits the fan, this is the place to be. Yeah, I found that I bought a universal decapping die. And the reason for that, I don't know why, but for some reason, when I was decapping the 10 millimeter, the decapping rod kept popping up out of the die, no matter how much I tightened it. So I use the universal decapping die now, and haven't had any problems. And I like that I could use it for any caliber. I know it's a lot of work with a single stage press, but a buddy of mine gave me that press. It was his dad's, who passed away 12 years ago, and it had sentimental value to him, and he gave it to me, and that's what I use. I used to, years ago, I had a Dillon Square Deal B, and unfortunately I sold it. I think I paid $230 for it. And now they're like $700. So I have a hard time justifying a multi-stage press for $700 or $800. I mean, I could buy a gun for that. 13,000 rounds is a good start, Don Trump. That's a great start. All right, we got 6 minutes left. Again, we have a lot of new people that joined this stream today, which I'm very happy about. That means that people are finding us. If you're new, please subscribe to the channel, like, share, and comment on our videos. We do these live streams every Wednesday evening at 8 o'clock p.m. Eastern, and Saturday we do this at 12 o'clock noon Eastern. And Jabba, I would be willing to do a discussion on reloading. You know what? It's funny. I was going to actually do a video on what do you need to start reloading. But then when YouTube put me in timeout because they didn't like a damn review I did on a barrel, I figured if I did a review on reloading, they're going to probably give me another strike and say that I was encouraging reloading ammo. Nussler is decent ammo, Liz. I find it very expensive. I just personally like the critical defense. So, that being said, Ben, and I'm sure there are others out there, we'll do this. I will post a message, and on Saturday's live stream at 12 o'clock Eastern, we will have a discussion on reloading, and we'll discuss other things as well, but I'm sure there's a lot of other people that have interest. So, I disagree, Mike. I disagree with that. I reloaded 5,000 rounds at 10 millimeter. It didn't cost me much at all. I already had the brass. Right, 1,000 primers were only $49.99. Funny you should say that, Ben. It's kind of vague. Um, YouTube just holds stuff against you. I've had videos that were demonetized a year ago that they approved. They just don't like gun channels. Um, I did try to appeal one, and in 10 seconds they sent me an email saying uh, denied. So I use lead, Liz, but I use high-tech coated lead bullets. Um, doesn't come off on your fingers and doesn't foul out the barrel. I used to use Berry's bullets, Mike. I use high-tech coated bullets that I get from uh, Steel Valley, um, Steel Valley Casting, and I think 500 rounds of that was like $50. Um, I know in my local Rural King, a box of 50 Arms Core 10 millimeter is like $37. And Bob Marley, thanks for joining. Sorry, brother, we're going to be ending this stream in 10 minutes. Well, that's the thing, Liz. If you use the high-tech coated bullets, it doesn't come off on your fingers. I don't wear gloves or a mask when I'm using the high-tech lead bullets. They don't foul out your barrel. They don't stink. Yes, 2 minutes, Ben. So I will post this. So make sure you turn on notifications. Um, Saturday, that will be one of the topics. We will discuss reloading, what you need, etc. I have never heard of G2 research. Um, one thing to keep in mind, you don't always reload because it's cheaper. You reload because you could really dial in the rounds that you want, especially if you hunt. Um, with my 357, I like loading up really hot loads, just like I do for 10 millimeter, because if you go to the store and you buy 10 millimeter, um, whether it's Blazer or Arms Core, it's really watered down to be like 40 caliber. It's 180 grain, and it is watered down. So I like loading mine hot. Um, and again, it's not just about price; it's about never running out of ammo. 8 grains in the 10 millimeter. That depends on the powder, Mike. Um, I use Winchester 231, and that only calls for 5.2 grains. So you'll notice every powder varies considerably um, for each caliber and bullet type. All right, guys, we have 1 minute left. Again, those who join late, we do this every Wednesday evening, 8 o'clock p.m. Eastern. We do this Saturday, 12 o'clock noon Eastern. Yeah, I can do it next Saturday, Ben. Braxton, good question. I guess I would go with the Glock Gen 4. Personally, I'd go with the Gen 3. I like the finger grooves in the Gen 3 and the Gen 4. I'm not a fan of the Gen 5. Even though the Gen 5 comes with 3 magazines, I'm not a fan about what they did with the grip module. I absolutely hate the Gen 5 grips. So if it were me, preferably I'd go with a Gen 3. If you can't get a Gen 3, I'd go with a Gen 4. And now you're lucky you can get any Glock. All right, Ben, I just made a note to myself that we're going to do it next Saturday. Rainy Girl, 65. Thoughts on the Glock 19? Probably the best, tried and true, most proven pistol in the market. Been used by law enforcement for 30 years. Well, you know what, Mike? I have both. I have the Hellcat Pro and the Glock 19. And the Hellcat Pro is a great gun to conceal, but I still prefer the 19 over that. And I'm not going to beat this dead horse, Ben, but they're banning Glocks because California made it illegal to purchase any Glock or Glock clone effective January 1st, 2026. And Glock decided to discontinue all of their models except for the 43, 43X, 48X. They'll be replacing them all with a new V series. And Don Trump, yeah, you shoot a 40 cal, that's nice, but you get a 10 millimeter, you could shoot 40 cal out of it, and it's like having 2 guns in one. Anyway, it is 9:02. We are past our deadline here, so I am going to end this stream. Thank you all so much. And for those who did subscribe, big thanks for that. You helped push us over the 7,000 subscribers this month, and we're going towards 10 now. So have a blessed evening, guys. Those who can catch us Saturday, that would be great. If not, we'll be here again next Wednesday. Thanks for joining.